What's up, guys? Rob from Heroes Avenue. Wanted to talk about a couple things today. I wanted to address, first of all, the rumor that was going around this week that the Batman movie that is going to be directed by Matt Reeves is going to take inspiration from Frank Miller's story, Year One, Batman Year One. And, you know, this Batman movie has been a hot topic ever since Matt Reeves was announced the director of this movie, and since Ben Affleck left the position of director for this movie, possibly the role, we don't know yet. But supposedly, obviously, what the rumors that have been going around is that Matt Reeves wants to do a younger Batman, and he wants to do more of a detective story. And this news that came out this week had a lot of people on the fence. Now, if you guys haven't read Batman Year One, it's a great story. I believe there is an animated movie of it too. I suggest watching that. DC animated movies tend to be on the mark for the most part. And here's a quick summary of Batman Year One. In his first year on the job, Batman feels his way around Gotham City far darker than the one he left. His solemn vow to extinguish the town's criminal element only half the battle. Along with Lieutenant James Gordon, the Dark Knight must fight a police force far more corrupt than the scum in the streets. So Batman Year One is also a kind of an origin story almost for Lieutenant James Gordon, and how he rose his way up to becoming police commissioner, having to endure all the corruption in the police force and on the streets while there's an emerging Batman vigilante. So it really is a great story, definitely a classic story, but a lot of the people and a lot of fans this week, in my opinion, rightfully complaining that we kind of got this already from Batman Begins. Obviously Christopher Nolan's masterpiece, in my opinion. Batman Begins, usually overshadowed by The Dark Knight for various reasons, but I do love Batman Begins, and obviously while it wasn't a direct translation from book to screen, it did take a lot from Batman Year One, and not only did they take elements from that movie, from the book, and take it to screen, but it just felt like it had the vibe of a Batman Year One, even though Batman Year One does not deal at all with Ra's al Ghul or Scarecrow. It did have a Batman Year One feel, and it ended on that same note as Batman Year One, in which Commissioner Gordon introduces Batman to a calling card, Joker's calling card, and suggesting that there was a guy polluting the river. So that was really cool to see on screen, and it was really cool to see Batman's origin told in that way. And in my opinion, I would like to see Matt Reeves. Obviously, Matt Reeves is an excellent director, and I cannot wait for this movie, but I am hoping he doesn't take so much inspiration from Year One, just because it's been done already, and it's been done masterfully, in my opinion. What a lot of people want to see in this Batman movie is the detective aspect of Batman, because like him or not, the Christopher Nolan trilogy and subsequent in previous Batman movies, they did not deal so much with the detective aspect. So obviously I'm going to put in my recommendation, and you guys let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think a different storyline would work. Obviously, in past videos, I've always talked about the Hush storyline, but it looks like the Hush storyline is going to be turned into an animated movie. So we probably are not going to get any elements of the Hush storyline on the big screen, at least. So I think while a lot of people point to the Long Halloween storyline for inspiration for movies that should be for books that should be translated to movies, my biggest hope for a Matt Reeves movie is to take inspiration from the following storyline to the Long Halloween, which is Batman Dark Victory. And in this movie, if you guys haven't read it, both of those storylines, really incredible, especially if you're just trying to get into Batman for the first time. Definitely read Year One, but if you definitely want to get more of the detective aspect, I would say read Batman The Long Halloween and Batman Dark Victory, because it's really going to introduce you to the detective side of Batman, and it's going to have a lot of different villains for you to check out as well. So you get kind of a mixture of everything. So obviously, if you guys haven't read Dark Victory, the reason why I think this would be such a good choice is because we get to play with the detective side. In this storyline, Batman is faced with trying to solve a number of mysterious murders from a serial killer called the Hangman. So many police officers are struck with fear because many of them are turning up dead with mysterious clues left at every crime scene. And I just think the premise of that alone is really incredible. And the rumors are that Matt Reeves does want to include Harvey Dent in the story. So if you did want to include Harvey Dent in the story, obviously we got that in The Dark Knight, and we got a really great Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. But obviously we didn't get the whole movie with him in it. So if you do want to include Harvey Dent in it, Harvey Dent is in the storyline, and it really focuses in on Harvey Dent and his vengeance that he's trying to get with the Falcone family. And I just think that's really cool because it's not a crazy over-the-top villain. I think the Joker is in this storyline as well, and so if you wanted to include Jared Leto's Joker into this movie, you can. And it just keeps it really grounded and keeps the storyline relatively small. And it feels like one of those early storylines because in this story, Batman is only Batman for maybe like 5 or 6 years, I think. So don't quote me on that part, but I think this would be a great storyline to translate onto comics versus a Batman Year One, which is kind of something we've gotten already from Christopher Nolan. But you guys let me know what you guys think would be the best Batman story to be translated onto screen. And one more thing I want to add, the reason why this would be a great storyline too is because by the end of it, we do get Robin suiting up as well. And I think that is something that we haven't seen in quite a while. We got it with Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the end of The Dark Knight Rises, but we didn't even get to see him as Robin. So I want to see Robin back on the big screen. Obviously, Batman vs. Superman, we got a little tease that Batman was playing around with Robin. So while, again, on a whole nother different subject, Ben Affleck is, obviously, if they're going to be using a younger Batman, Ben Affleck is probably going to be out. Even though I love Ben Affleck as Batman, my favorite Batman so far, he's probably going to be out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a top 5 casting in 3 minutes video. Stay on the lookout for that because I've been really thinking about if Ben Affleck is going to leave, who I want to replace as a younger Ben Affleck as a younger Batman. So stay tuned for that. And the other thing I want to talk about today is Aquaman. And obviously you guys saw Darren's reaction the other week. You know, me and him were both fighting to get a chance to do the reaction to that and post a video of that. Obviously I did Shazam, which was great. But Darren obviously did a great reaction to the Aquaman trailer. Was so hyped for that. And the reason I'm so hyped for this movie is going into this movie, I did say a few videos ago that I was going to start really immersing myself in the New 52 Aquaman, and I'm almost halfway through Jeff Johns' run of Aquaman, and man, I am missing out so much. I've been missing out on these Aquaman stories so much. The only Aquaman I've been reading is from Justice League Comics, but now just going back to the New 52 and reading Jeff Johns' run, man, I love the character of Arthur Curry in there. And you know, the reason why I want to talk about this is because the Arthur Curry from the New 52, or the New 52 storylines, which are going to be heavily influencing the movie, we are getting a totally different Arthur Curry, even though everything else seems pretty comic accurate, at least from the trailer that I saw. I think Kevin Smith even was quoted in saying that this might be the most comic book movie ever. And if by the looks of the trailer, it looks like James Wan is really embracing the comic book aspects of Aquaman. Minus the actual character of Arthur Curry, at least from what I've read so far, because Jason Momoa is even quoted saying recently that, Jason, this is going to be a character that you can have a beer with. You can't have a beer with Superman, you can't have a beer with Batman, and you can't have a beer with Wonder Woman, but this Arthur Curry is a guy you can have a beer with. But if you're reading the New 52, which is heavily inspiring this movie, especially the Throne of Atlantis storyline, this is not the type of Arthur Curry that was written in the books, which is fine, and I think probably works great because obviously the critics have not been polite to, or not been nice to these DC movies. They haven't liked these DC movies for the most part, even though I seem to love almost every one of them, at least aspects of every one of them. But this is going to be good because, you know, you're seeing with Shazam and with Aquaman, we're getting kind of these more fun adventure tone storylines, and obviously they're both different, but Aquaman is going to be taking heavily from the throne of Atlantis, but we are getting an Aquaman who's way different in the comics in that he's more of that bro surfer guy. I'm not sure how much Jason Momoa actually differs from the character that he's going to play in the movie. I feel like it looks like he's just playing himself, to be honest, but we'll see when the movie drops. I'm really excited because the visuals look amazing. James Wan is really wanting people to see all the different worlds, and he wants that to feel like an action adventure quest story, and he really wants that feeling of having a quest and a journey that they're searching for. They're searching for something to really come out in the movie, and I think the trailer already did a good job of portraying that. And I just feel the change in Arthur Curry's character from the comics is something that could work. Some people are annoyed by that he feels kind of like a bro surfer dude, but I just think given DC's past track record and what the critics are saying, and I know a lot of people don't want to listen to critics at all, and I get you, because I loved everything that Zack Snyder has put out so far and the tone that he set, but Arthur Curry in the comics is rather serious. He's very regal, serious, reserved, and his past he has a dark past too. And I think they're not going to lean heavily on that dark past or that dour personality in the comics, and they're really bringing a different type of Aquaman into the movie. At least that's what I'm seeing so far. And again, I haven't read everything yet from the New 52, but you guys let me know for if you're a longtime Aquaman reader, what do you guys think of the change in character from the comic books to the movie so far, at least from what you see? Let me know what you guys think of that, because I'm really curious. I'm really loving this Aquaman character right now. So I cannot wait till December. So those are the two things I wanted to keep you guys updated about. Obviously, there's a ton of things happening in the comic book movie world. Ton of things happening with Marvel getting the rights back to all the X-Men characters and more, and other things with Chris McKay, director of the upcoming Nightwing movie, deleting his Twitter account. Could be for various reasons, so stay tuned for more updates on everything there. I will catch you guys later on this week. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on this video, please. It will help the channel. Remember to leave your thoughts down below about the two things I was talking about today, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.